Okay, parents, what's the problem with this picture? Or problems? We see lots of plants that are withering, right? What's the problem? Is it the seed? Is it the soil? Maybe the plant, fertilizer? Maybe the fruit was planted in the wrong spot? Climate change, right? Irrigation. What's the problem, right? Potentially all of these, correct? Now, here's the question that I want you to think about. And by the way, this is Uncle Brother's farm. My family come from farmers, and Uncle Brother was my great uncle, and they didn't have very good naming conventions back then. So Uncle Brother was his name. But who owns this problem? Is it the seed? Is it the soil? No, it's the farmer. Uncle Brother owns this problem. Now, let me draw the analogy. Here's a child who's sick. You go to the doctor. Who owns the health of that child? Is it the doctor? If you say the doctor, then I'm going to challenge you on that big time, because the doctor's not around when the child needs to get the prescription. The doctor's not around when the child is not getting enough sleep or not eating the right stuff. The parent is the owner of this child's health. Here's an image that describes this. On the left side, the parent is the owner of health. It's high ownership when the child is young, in the first quarter of their life in the home. But the physician never steps ahead of the parent. The physician never says, parent, step aside, I'm going to handle this. The physician says, I'm going to come as a support to you, parent, and help you make sure that this child is healthy, until such time that the child is able to manage their own health. And then the physician becomes the support of the child, right? I just had a doctor's appointment with my daughter. She's 16 years old. And the doctor told me to step out of the room. The doctor and my child are now owning this health together, but my child now is the one that is responsible for managing herself. This is exactly the model that education gets wrong. The parent is the child's educational owner. The teacher, the school, they should be operating like the physician. They should be supporting the parents and encouraging the parent to own the learning and the educational process until such time that the child can become their owner of their own learning. And if this model doesn't take place, then what we end up looking at is something like this, which is the parent starts as the owner, and then as school steps in, the parent really drops off the radar. The child never develops their own internal agency and autonomy until such time that the child graduates from high school, if they even graduate from high school. And now you've got a child that's underdeveloped in the area that they need most, which is their ability to manage themselves. This, I argue, is the problem with traditional education, and this is what I'm trying to change.